Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to No Reservations. You guys been waiting long enough. This is my guest. Tell us your name, where you're from, how old you are, and anything you want to freely to the guests.
Hi, my name is Margarita. I'm 26 years old, Santiago de Chile, and I've been living in Brazil for 5 months now. So I'm here to tell you about how is the culture like, how are the differences between Chile and Brazil, and a lot of fun facts that you need to know before traveling.
Wait, so your name is Margarita? That's how you pronounce it? Is
Margarita, that's the
really
correct pronunciation. So
okay?
yeah, it's like the pizza or the cocktail, but
Interesting, interesting. All right, so before we talk about Brazil, let's get to Chile because I'm really excited about this podcast today because I've never been to Chile before. People don't really talk about Chile, and this what better way to talk to a local resident about it. So, what was it like growing up? And you're from Santiago, right? And that's the major city.
yeah, it is the capital city, so it's the biggest city in Chile. I grew up in a very uh, nice neighborhood. Life was always quiet and chill. People in Chile are different from other parts in South America. We're called Europeans because not because we're like better, but because people are being cold to one another. It's not like the other Latin Americans. But anyways, you will still find warm people. It's just not the same. For example, in Chile, we don't have our culture. Dancing, we don't have salsa, we don't have samba, and all these things that are from the other countries. So you will know the difference when you're there. But Chilean are amazing people. So especially like they really like foreign people. They will always be welcoming and very warm to you. Just that you will notice this slight difference with the other countries. Well, Chile also it has a huge variety of landscapes. You can find desert to forests at Torres del Paine. So some of the most famous places are San Pedro de Atacama, which is located in the Atacama Desert. I actually lived there for half a year, which was pretty interesting. Then you also can find Viña del Mar and Valparaíso, which are close to Santiago. Valparaíso is a very famous city. It's kind of similar to San Francisco in California due to the fact that it's very cultural. There's a lot of art, graffiti, and it's very colorful. Then when you go south, the most famous part is Torres del Paine Park, which is really famous because it's so beautiful.
What's the name of it?
Torres del Paine.
Okay, and that's in Santiago.
In southern Chile, that's in the other side of Chile, basically, in the
Okay.
southest point of it.
So
And
what's the weather like right now?
the weather, it really changes. So if you go up north, the desert, it's really hot by the day and super cold by the night. Like, for example, I remember this time it was about 25 degrees during the day, and
Mhm.
then I was going home by 9 and it was freezing. It was freezing cold, so much
Okay.
I couldn't even feel my fingers. But when we go to Santiago, it's more
Yeah.
normal. Actually, I
Oh,
find I've been to California and I think the weather is the same.
I don't mean to cut you off. Camera is like I don't know if it's like moving on its own. It's like shifted. Yeah, it ended up. Yeah, I don't know if you wanted to do that or not. But sorry, you can continue. Go ahead. Wait, before you continue. This is a long time supporter. I want to give a shout out. He was with another channel, and I remember him. So I just wanted to recognize him. What's you're getting a lot of feedback. Do you hear that? It's like
I
you're gonna keep going. Domo said, "Glad to see you continue your work and exploring people a different way." Appreciate that, man. That he was supporting me before on a different channel. I'm glad to see you, man. It's good to see a familiar face. Okay, it stopped. Noise stopped.
no, it's
So,
not. That's not all again.
yes. So it's actually cold in Chile right now.
It depends. So
Okay.
that's trying to get there. Yeah, it's colder than Brazil for sure. Much
Oh,
colder. Like, yeah, I was talking about that Santiago has a similar weather than California. It's like warm in the summer, and then
oh,
winter is cold, but not extremely. But the sea is really cold, so it's different than when you're in Brazil and the sea is warm. There, Brazilians can't get in. Like I met a lot of them that said that they went to Chile, they tried to get to the beach and they couldn't. For the rest of foreigners, it's fine to experiment this difference between the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. It's pretty interesting.
Do you find that you see a lot? Do you find that you see a lot of animals in Chile? What is that noise?
A little happy.
Hold on a second. Why is that? Why is it choppy like that? It might be on your end because I never heard this before. We're doing it live, guys. All right, we gotta figure it out. But you do you normally see foreigners in Chile?
If I see foreigners there,
Yeah, most you normally see foreigners there. Either living, visiting.
yeah, so in Chile, right now, there's a lot of immigrants from Colombia, Venezuela, Brazil, Peru. Like, you'll find all South America there. There's a huge variety of people. And in a touristic way, yeah, Chile is super famous because of this, especially because of these destinations I mentioned. Like, people from all over the world come to Chile just to see these places. So, yeah, you get to see a lot of people.
Okay, so like paint a picture for me. How was it like growing up in Chile? Because I have no idea. I've never photos of it. I've seen famous landscapes. One of the biggest pools I found out is in Chile. You got one of the largest pools in the world. But that's all I know.
So, growing up in Chile is very interesting. In fact, also, there's a lot of earthquakes in Chile to a point that I'm really used to it. So, people in Chile, for example, when we're sleeping and we feel an earthquake, we really don't get up of bed until it's stronger than 7 in a Richter scale.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because if it's under 7, it's completely safe because buildings are built in a way that they can stand these earthquakes, but they happen all the time. So people there are really used to it. Also, because in Chile there's a lot of volcanoes. About 150 of them are active. So this is the reason why the earth is always moving.
Interesting. Hold up. They saying the feedback is happening when you speak. Let me try to change something from the audio. Let me try to change something. Testing. So weird. I never heard. All right, so maybe you should talk more. Okay, so you guys got earthquakes. Have you ever been in a situation where you're in a life and death situation, or you know somebody that was in a life and death situation because of earthquakes? That's crazy.
The last biggest earthquake was in 2010. I was about 14 years old, and I was in Santiago in my home, and it happened around 3 a.m. So I was sleeping like always, like it started shaking. I was like, okay, it's not that bad, and then it started being really bad, so bad that the wall started shaking like this, like it seemed like a horror movie. I just jumped out of bed and we went running down the stairs. My family everybody was super scared, but we all knew you know, when you grow up in Chile, you're always prepared for this situation. They always teach you what to do. So we just all run to the main entrance because the main entrance is the strongest structure in the house. So if the house is gonna fall down, this is the only thing that's gonna be standing up. So we were just like under the main entrance. I remember the door opened and the highway was like this. Waves and the trees like almost like touching one side to another. I think it lasted for about a minute and then but yeah, nothing happened to us, thank God. But in other parts of Chile there was a tsunami that killed a lot of people because you know they were in a risky area.
That's insane. Do you ever like caught any of this on footage?
No, I don't have it. I don't have that. I was too young, you know. I had another phone, and but you can find on YouTube about the 2010 earthquake. There's a lot of footage of that. But I don't want people to be scared. This is an interesting fact. Like if you go to Chile, it's most probable that this is not gonna happen because these big earthquakes happen every 15 to 25 years sometimes. So it's not like you have a high chance of running into a big earthquake once you're there on vacation. We don't want that.
Wow. Yes, it's not like it's gonna like if I were to go down, it's not gonna just happen.
Yeah, it takes time. There's also like, some alerts before it happens. It's not just overnight.
Okay. So what is it like? Like how are people because you talk about their code, right? Are they cold to each other? Are they cold to people that think you?
Um, so in Santiago, it's more like this. I'm basically talking more about Santiago because it's a big city, and yeah, worldwide city life is a bit colder. But in general, yes, Chileans are a bit shy, are more shy and more cold than other Latin American countries. So, for example, Chile people don't really dance much. You will go to nightclubs and people are not like, doing the whole thing and dancing like pros, like you see here in Brazil. It's different. It's very different.
So you don't salsa, bachata, merengue. You don't do any of that.
Now, actually, it's a fun thing because now in Chile we do, due to all these immigrants, it was brought by them. But our culture isn't like this. That's what I'm
So
trying to
wait.
say.
So what would your culture be strongly known for then?
Um,
Besides like natural disasters and earthquakes and stuff.
can you say it again?
So like what would your culture be known for besides natural disasters and earthquakes?
Well, for example, a typical Sunday evening would be all the family at home, having a barbecue and watching a football game. There's a lot of types of meats, some what we call pebre, which is basically like tomatoes, onions, garlic, and some parsley, like mixed up together. And yeah, people play a lot of football. Sometimes they do some other games, drinking games. There's a lot of them. So in Chile, we love to drink as well. Yeah, this is like pretty much the culture there. And when we have national holidays, we drink for a whole week. Like everybody disappears from their lives, disappears from home, and just goes drinking for a week straight.
Um, so we got a question. No, hey, could you read this question? Every time I talk, it's weird. Can you read that? Read it out loud.
Okay, the most Chilean woman like American men, specifically black. I would say there's a lot of women that are into black men, black American men. So yeah, my friend, you would have some luck there, I think.
So wait, elaborate on it. Because he's supporting. I'm sure he wants to know a little bit more. Because are they exposed to a lot of men there, or like are they exposed to American culture? Do you guys look at American TV? Do you look at Hollywood? Like what's the deal out there?
In Chile, people love American culture. They imitate it a lot. For example, Halloween
Yeah,
is a huge thing
you can move
there.
back up too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, back to that. Yeah, American culture is a big thing there. People, they love Halloween. They love McDonald's. They love all the American stores are in Chile. Like the biggest things, like I don't know, Forever 21, Abercrombie, Gap. You can find them all there because people are like really into that.
I mean, like on average, do you ever see Americans walking around? Do you see specifically like Domo? Like I'm assuming Domo. He's asking, do you see black men in Chile, and how are they treated? Do you often see American people there? How are they treated?
You get to see Americans. Some of them are living there. Some of them are tourists, and they're treated really well, actually.
Really?
It's like yeah, because there's a lot of tourists, and once people see their tourists, they're really welcoming to them. So actually, people in that sense are super warm to tourists. Like for example, if you go backpacking in southern Chile, it's super normal that you stop at some house in the middle of nowhere, and if you ask them for like a cup of water, they're probably gonna ask you to come in from Puerto Montt, which is in the 10th region in the south, and it ends about in like in 11th region, kind of.
Hmm.
And it has really outstanding landscapes. So it's a place you need to go if you're planning to go to Chile. A lot of people prefer renting a car So they do it by car because it's easier, because it's quite long. And some others just go hitchhiking and have this experience I'm talking about. It really depends on what type of traveler you are. If you're more adventure or comfort, really depends.
Hmm.
As for me, I think I would totally go get backpacking. How is the dating dynamics in Chile? I think it's quite similar than in any part of South America.
Hmm.
Dynamically, I would say yeah, it's pretty much expected the guy would make the first move. But also in Chile, like there's a huge feminist movement going on, so it could also happen that you are going to get hit on by a woman. They are going to talk to you or ask for your phone or even invite you out. It's completely normal. Oh, it's actually the same thing. Like I think everyone expects. She's gonna expect you to bring her to some restaurant or some bar or just walking a really nice place. Probably expecting a little for you to pay the first day. And yeah, it's like a little more closed that comparing to here in Brazil. Like people there, it's most probable that they're not gonna, have sex in the first day. They're just gonna wait a little longer, but that doesn't mean they're into something serious. They just want you to, they want to trust you more. If it happens in this context. Now, if it's a party, people are really free about that.
Hmm. So if it's a party, then same day.
I still, I still can't hear you. No. So like, oh, there was only one time a guy asked me to pay half of the date, and he told me that before we went eating, so it was completely fine. But if you're getting there and then suddenly asking her to pay when you already ate, then it's gonna end up really wrong. You need to, clarify
Yeah.
things first.
Are you a feminist?
I would say I believe in women and men equality, but I don't go with this feminist movement because it's very extreme sometimes, and I don't agree with that. But I do agree that women and men deserve to be treated equally.
Okay, so you believe in egalitarian
Um,
in a sense,
yeah,
basically.
still not hearing equal.
It's
Yeah,
like
I believe
equal.
in that people should be treated equally in general. It doesn't matter the color, the culture, the religion, the sex. I think everybody should be treated the same way.
Second, my text is coming in.
Yeah, there is. It's something, it started with my generation, like 20 to 30-year olds. Before that, Chile was really conservative, but now people are really open minded about it. Like, it's completely normal if you go to a club or a bar and you want to take this girl home, completely normal.
Can you hear me? No, you can't hear me still. All right, so I just wrote another question.
So in that sense, Chile is the most developed country in South America. We have 5G, we have great jobs, especially in Santiago. You will find it's actually I think it's quite easy for Americans to find a good job paid in American salary and stay there. English, okay, this is an issue, and I think this is an issue in all South America. But in Chile, people speak more English, and like there's a bigger percentage of people in Chile that speak proper English than in
Yeah.
other South American countries. Like this is something I can tell by the fact that I've been here in Brazil and people here don't speak a word of English, but in Chile if you go to Santiago, you will find a lot of people at least trying to speak to you. They will communicate, they know words. That way it's a little easier. But you still need to know some Spanish. Just the basics, how to move around, how to ask a taxi, how to talk to a girl, how to call her beautiful, these
Yeah,
basic things. So then you won't have any problem.
that's true. Can you hear me? That's crazy. I don't know how you can't hear me.
But yeah, actually, like going to Chile, it's a lot of fun. You will just see a difference with the Spanish. First thing you will see. Yeah, this is something you need to know if you're visiting Chile. You're probably like, especially if you had a Spanish course in your country, you're gonna get to Chile and you're gonna be like, okay, I think I don't know Spanish at all because Chilean accent is really different. I can make a comparison between Australian accent and American accent and Chilean accent and Colombian accent, to say an accent. We talk really fast. We don't pronounce properly, so you need to be prepared. You need to prepare your ear a little more for these things, and people use a lot of slangs as well.
Okay.
But it's a beautiful Spanish. Dating in a serious relationship.
Yeah.
So right now I don't, but I used to have. I personally dated foreign men, and it's actually getting more and more common. Like now that the immigrants and the tourism, now women are more open to meet a foreign man and having a relationship with them. And people are getting day by day more open minded. So this is getting, completely normal.
Okay. What do you like best about Chile?
And yeah, like also if you're visiting Chile, I think
You can hear me?
you should visit any of these places I mentioned before because they're the most special. But what I like the best about Chile is the diversity of landscapes that you can literally almost find anything. I think, yes, the only thing you can't find there is the jungle, but you have desert, you have forests, you have beaches, which is really amazing. The wine, outstanding. Chilean wine is also known worldwide because of this. And also, they have good food as well. Chilean food is not like there's not a huge variety of Chilean food, but if you go to a gourmet Chilean restaurant, you will find amazing food. Like, for example, I would totally recommend the Liguria restaurant in Santiago. There you will find like Chilean cuisine, which would be really gourmet and amazing. And you can also order some good wine with it. And also in Chile, you can do a lot of extreme sports, which I love it. For example, I am a huge fan of rafting. It's completely amazing. And in Chile, you can do it in many parts, in the southern part especially. So this is something really nice. And in Santiago, yes, you have a lot of nice places to visit. You have a lot of parks. You have a lot of good malls where you can find, anything you want. You have this place called the Cerro San Cristóbal, and there you can ride a ferry, like a ferry. No, it's not a ferry. I forgot the name, but it's something that you're inside a cabin on a cable, and you have an amazing view of the whole city, and you go from like one point to another. And the park they have there, it's beautiful, and it's also super close to Bella Vista, which is like the party neighborhood. So you will find all sorts of bars and nightclubs there. You can get lost for days if you want. It's pretty fun, yeah.
Nice.
And also you will find all types of parties, which is also amazing. If you're
Yeah.
into Afrobeats, you will find Afrobeats parties. There's
Yes.
dancehall, there's reggaeton, there's electronic music, all types of electronic music. Like there's such a huge variety of things you won't see in other parts of South America, which I also find pretty interesting about Chile. That it's very, very diverse.
I love
Yeah,
Afrobeats.
actually, I love Afrobeats too, and now it's a big thing in Chile.
So what's
Fitness
the fitness culture
culture.
like? I saw you like
So now it's getting more popular, but it's not a big thing in Chile actually. Not like here in Brazil. People here in Brazil are crazy about fitness. There in Chile, it's growing day by day, but it's not something like so like too strong like it is here. For example, in Brazil, it's so popular that you can go find a free gym. They have free gyms, and in Chile, you won't ever find that. Just to make a comparison, but in Santiago, yes, you will find a lot of fit people that are like really into it.
what do people feel about marriage? Guys, if you're just tuning
Okay,
in, make sure you
so
get the likes up,
now in
super chat
Chile,
your questions.
because people are getting like more and more open-minded,
Yeah.
they use Europe as a big example. So people every day, day by day, they don't want to get married anymore. They believe in open relationships. Like I know a lot of people that are in open relationships and they're completely okay with their partners seeing other people. I'm not that kind of people, but I met a lot like that. But yes, I personally think I don't want to get married because I think that at a certain point, it's not gonna be the same amount of love and things are gonna get boring and then you will want to see other people, which is completely normal. And also, people change by the time. So you're gonna marry one person, but you're gonna end up the rest of your life with a different person, which is that's the reason why most marriages fail these days, and people don't communicate. They're just so into that. Yes, we have to be monogamous, so I'm not talking to her that I want to see some other people. This kind of thing. So that's why I don't want to get married. I actually pretty much decided it now.
Wow. That's powerful. That is
No, I
powerful.
don't want kids.
No kids.
It's
Wow.
not that I don't like kids. I
Yeah.
like kids, but I don't see myself, raising a kid. Something really complicated. I don't think most people are prepared for it, and then this kid grows up into a hurt adult with a lot of problems, and I wouldn't want that for a child. So that's why I don't want to raise children. And also
Um,
because this world is getting more and more complicated day by day. And I'm really scared by that. Like, for example, I see my nephew. She's 10 years old now. And ever since she's 5 years old, she's on YouTube saying she wants to be a YouTuber. She's on TikTok, gets stalked by creepy old men. And, you know, these things are happening. And
yeah.
it's horrible to think my child would have to go through that, and I won't be there the whole time to know what's going on. And it is actually quite sad.
1 second. I got a question for you.
Um, so, from Chile, there's basically folklore music. There's many different types of dances because Chile is really long
Hmm.
and because of the different landscapes. So, for example, in the north, you have Trote Nortino, and it's actually people dressed in colorful clothes. They wear a devil's mask, and they actually do a festival about it in Tirana, which is a really small town. Happens once a year. Then, if you go to central Chile, which is the Santiago area, you find cueca, which is dance from the countryside, and they basically imitate a chicken, like getting flirted on by the male chicken. Because I forgot because you would have to see a video, but it's like the woman is moving a piece of cloth like this, and the guy is like this trying to seduce her.
Hmm.
It's completely different from salsa or anything. This is basically like jumping. And then you have the dance from Easter Island, which is super similar to Hawaii. So it's more sensual. Women wear a feather costume, and the men are basically just in a thong and a few things that cover them up. Each one of them are really different. And in the south, you also have a similar dance from the north, and it's also like all about jumping, this kind of dance. But good thing is that in Chile, because of the immigrants and all of this, day by day, for example, dance hall is really strong in Chile. Like there's a lot of people that dance hall. There's a lot of dance hall competitions. There's a lot of dance hall queens, which are like worldwide known. I love dance hall myself. I also dance it a little bit, and I have a few friends that are teachers, and it's a huge thing there. And also with reggaeton and all this kind of Latin music, or from Jamaica or Afrobeats, is also getting bigger and bigger by day. So you find a lot of dancing, but it's not from Chile. This is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so just so you know, guys, make sure you get the likes up, super chat your questions. She can't hear me, so I'm typing my questions in. All right, guys. So if I'm visiting Chile for a
Perfect.
week,
So
what should I do?
if you want to visit Chile for a week, I think you would totally. But just I think just a week is not enough to see everything. But if you're going just a few days, just a week, um, then I think, yeah, definitely the most interesting thing is the Atacama Desert. You can focus on there, spend the whole 7 days there, or you can go to Santiago and Valparaíso, and the vineyards. If you're into wine, go to the vineyard. And you can do that in 7 days. So you can stop in Santiago, you can go to this place I talked about, you can go sightseeing, you can go partying, then you move to Valparaiso, you see the graffiti, the colorful places. There's a lot of dance culture there as well. We find a lot of dance hall. And then you can go visit the vineyard. One of my favorites is Viña Indomita. It's like has one of the most as outstanding wines, and the food of the restaurant is delicious. So completely worth it. This vineyard is close to Valparaiso. Like it's midway, so it's a good way to visit a few nice things in a couple days.
Nice. I like that. Sounds like I would like it there. Seems like it's
So
chill.
they do it as event. It's not like there used to be a dance hall nightclub, but it was closed. So now it's only events that you can find. I would have to search for the link because I forgot the name of the event, but I have a friend that can give me the name and I can help you post it afterwards. So you
Okay.
can follow them on Instagram and know when the events are going to be.
Okay. Cool. I like that.
But there's this bar in Bella Vista, which is all about dance hall and weed culture. Weed is super popular in Chile as well. So yeah, it's a bar you can go there, dance hall music, people also dance, and you can smoke weed however you want.
What?
Yeah.
Like in the club?
It's almost legal, like in the US, like weed in Chile. You can also find medicinal weed, but you need a certificate. It's a little more complicated, but you have dispensaries these days.
Wow. That's crazy.
So, yeah, it's more. That's why I was all about it's more open minded. Oh, so what made me move? I always wanted to go out of my country because, I lived my whole life there and I'm still young. And I was always really drawn to Brazil because
Hmm.
I love dancing, I love heat, I love the beach, the parties. So I just moved here. First place I stopped was Busios, which is in the Rio de Janeiro state.
Yeah.
So Busios is also a really famous beach town, which is compared to Saint Tropez because it's super beautiful.
Hmm.
And this was my first stop, basically, because Brazil is worldwide known for being super dangerous, but Busios is super safe. Like,
Yep.
I was out, walking out at 4 a.m., all alone,
Hmm.
in a dark road. Nothing ever happened. It's
Mm.
amazing in that sense, because there's some other parts in Brazil that are completely different and different, and you have to take care of your phone and your stuff.
Yeah. That's how it is in Rio.
Between Chile and Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Differences.
Biggest difference between Brazil and Chile.
So yeah, first thing is people here are much more warm and are super loud. Like I still don't get used to it because for me, it's like they're basically screaming the whole time, but it's because they're really happy, and they don't care about if people hear what they're talking about, which is completely different in Chile. In Chile, people are more quiet, more reserved. uh, you don't hear what your neighbor is, talking to the family. Here you do. You hear all their lives, and they don't care. You hear the music. People just start, twerking in the street. Nobody cares. It's much more free in that sense. Also, the heat. So I was here in winter, but it was 17 to 25 degrees every day. And I think the
Yeah.
coldest day I ever had was 14 degrees, no lower than that. So which is amazing because Chile gets super cold.
That's true. There's big difference in the
And
difference in
well, the food is also quite different.
yeah.
Here in Brazil, you have a huge variety of food, but this is also because Brazil is a huge country, so you have foods from each state of Brazil. But like the basic dish would be rice, beans, pork meat with some pork parts, and they mix it up and make it delicious, which is like feijoada. And you will also find some like a huge variety of other things. I still don't know all the food they have here. Chilean men are super shy. For example, what I noticed is in Chile, I get approached a lot by men, but in Chile, most of the time, it's in a friendly way, and it keeps being that way until they get drunk. And when they get drunk, it's when they show you they have other intentions. But here in Brazil, people are super straightforward. Like, you have no idea. It's like completely normal if I'm in the street and then some guy is like, "Good evening, how are you? I think you're pretty. You want to go out later?" Like, just like that, plain like that. Or you're talking to some guy, things are going well, and then this guy's just gonna say, "Okay, come to my house tonight." That's it. Very straightforward. Women are also like this, so you will see women are uh, pretty aggressive in that sense, in a good way, because they are very confident, and if they want something with you, they will pursue you until they probably get it. And they're also like super open about this. Like normal, if you just go to a bar and some girl approaches you, starts talking to you, and they're just like, "Yeah, come back to my place," or "Let's go to some nice area in the beach alone." It's something. People are very open-minded in that sense here. Really, not a lot more than in other countries. That is, send a message because I'm still not hearing. Oh, and I would also like to say that Brazilians are super intense. So if someone really likes you, it's completely normal that they're gonna be like, "Okay, like let's sleep together tonight," or like, the thing is, here, when someone wants something with you, they will approach you in a polite way. It's always like, "Good evening, you're pretty, how are you?" Uh, you know, but in Chile, people are really aggressive in a bad way. So I think I prefer much here. So if you become unstable or get fully remote work, do you plan on moving overseas, mostly full time, and why? So this is for you. Yes. Yeah, sure, we can. I'm actually pretty close to Rio. It's only about 2 hours and a half. And then we can talk more about these dynamics. You will see in person how things are like. And I will tell you like some words so you get to know more what people are saying, which is actually, I think it's pretty important here to at least know the context. But I was never robbed, and I've been 5 months here, and I will never be.
Yeah.
um, I think this fact is all about knowing where and where not to go, and walking with confidence. Because I've been in dangerous places here in Brazil. I was in São Gonçalo, was in the favela. The whole time people were staring at me because I don't look from here. Like maybe for Americans, I look, yes, Latina, I could be Brazilian, but Brazilian, no, I'm not Brazilian. But you just need, to be confident. Don't take your phone out much. You'll be completely fine. Well, I love the food. I love the beaches. I love the parties here, the dancing.
Hmm.
So it's pretty much been an amazing experience. Just that, yeah, sometimes it's hard for me to understand people, like their mindset, but it's because it's a different culture. It's something I want to like completely adapt to it, but I'm learning to accept it. Besides that, I love Brazil. I really love it here. Same than Chile. I love Chile as well. It's just that each one is quite different from one another, but you have fun in both of them, guaranteed.
They seem very different.
Actually, not yet. because I was with other Brazilians, and these other Brazilians took me to, really Brazilian places. I was in Maracanã, I was in Lapa, I was in Niterói, which is actually not a touristic area at all, which is after the bridge that connects Rio to the other side. But yeah, I need to go to the Cristo, I need to go to Pão de Açúcar, I need to go to all these places I haven't seen for sure. But I do know where to go, where not to. I have friends in Rio, they know everything, which is amazing. So, and I might be moving there next month. It's in my plan because right now I'm in another city. I'm in Cabo Frio, which is close to Busios, but yeah, it's about 2.5 hours away from Rio. And this place is also super interesting. It's just that it's not very well known because it's not that touristic for foreigners. But other Brazilians come a lot here because this specific city is
Hmm.
very well known because the sun in the beaches is white and the sea is turquoise, which is amazing.
Um,
Yes, but I was really young. My parents used to love to Disneyland, Universal Studios, all these places. So I haven't seen too much, but I've seen the US, which is so different from Chile and Brazil.
hmm.
It is actually the three countries. Oh, and I've been to Argentina as well. I've been to four different countries. But yeah, my travel experience been great. Nothing bad ever happened to me. Only one time my phone was stolen in Argentina. That's about it. But
That's
besides that, been a lot of fun, really.
damn. That sucks. How did you learn English?
So I learned English mostly because of my mother, because she's a translator. She translates English, Italian, and French. But I'm more into English, so I actually wanted to learn more because I don't know. I have a really easy for me to learn languages. I started speaking fluent Portuguese in 3 months only by hearing.
Damn.
For English, it was the same. Like I just started studying a lot. Talking to foreigners really helped, and then I'm just speaking the way I am today, which is not perfect. I would like to perfect it more, but I think for that I would need to move to the US or Australia or an English speaking country, and then I would be speaking completely correct and in a perfect pronunciation.
I'm asking what the roles are like in Brazil, men and women, because she spoke about the roles in Chile. So, oop, it didn't come in yet.
You send this question again because it's okay. Now it's up again.
Yeah, it's coming in. It's like a little delay.
Okay, so this country is very male chauvinistic. Men have a more important position here in general,
Yeah,
which, yeah, I don't like it. For example, I'm not talking about everyone,
yeah.
not at all,
Hmm.
but there's a big group of men that normalize, being a bad partner or, lying to women or treating them like trophies, basically. It's something I've seen a lot here. But yeah, pretty much like it. And job wise, it's also like that. Men get better salaries, better job. For me, it's not the case because I work remotely, thanks God. But I've seen it. I've talked to friends.
You got a
My
tattoo?
tattoo.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I have a henna tattoo. I can't really see it properly like this because it's actually made like this. I will try to show it, but it's not. Okay, there it's better.
Oh, okay,
Like that.
that's cool.
I made this tattoo in Chile and basically means all the good things. It means good energies, good vibes, positivity, and it brings blessing to the person that has it, in this case me.
This is what they said before about the U.S.
I don't want your poison.
He's talking about the states, the United States.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, like how
I tell you.
or whatever you're trying to say.
Um, it's not-
See, we're seeing my Instagram.
yeah, I was going through your Instagram. I was just showing them what Chile is like. It seems like it's amazing. Let's go through it. Hold
Sorry,
on a second.
with what?
Yeah, I was showing them Chile, and
Yeah, yeah,
I saw the stars. It looks amazing.
yeah. So this is the sky you can see in the Atacama Desert. It's actually some of the one of the clearest skies in South America. And this is
Wow.
the reason a lot of observatories there. Actually, like some of the most important there. And
Yeah.
this was a bad night. You can see much more than that.
You got a. You saying there's a better picture?
Um, so I had a better picture, but I kind of lost it because the person that had it in their computer
Uh,
never responded to me. So, but you can still see other astronomical pictures. I think in that post I have of San Pedro de Atacama, there's a picture of the sky, a proper one.
where is this at?
So this place is Termas de Puritama, which is basically natural hot springs. They're in Atacama, and they're really beautiful. And the pools are about 30 degrees or so. They're not too hot, but they're still really nice because it's hot during the day. So it's a really nice place to enjoy and chill.
That looks amazing. Like I
It
would
is.
love to go there. That looks great.
Yeah,
I'm
and
just
there's some other really amazing places in Atacama.
yeah. I was just telling the guys. I was like really excited because you're so cool.
A few pictures of southern Chile there.
Further down?
That's in Pucón, it's called the name.
Wait, where? Up?
There's two pictures I have.
Oh, all of these. Okay.
Yeah,
Is this Chile too?
yeah, that's Chile. That's in southern Chile. There's some
This
pictures of Valparaíso as well. Yeah, that's Valparaíso, the town I was talking about.
that
We
looks
to Santiago, and it's very cultural. So yeah, this picture is also in the forest,
yeah.
and these others are quite old.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we stop.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna stop. All right, so let's talk more Chile because let me pull a map up of Chile. Let's do some geography. Because when I first started traveling, a lot of people remember when I first went to Sweden. People are like, "What? You going to Switzerland?" I'm like, "No, man. No, I'm not going to Switzerland." So
It's quite far.
so for the people who let's do some geography here. I'm gonna pull up a map of Chile. So you're here, right, Santiago?
Yeah, that's Santiago. Chile is quite long. It's very thin, but it's very long. Santiago is close to the mountains, so you don't have a beach that near.
Oh, okay.
But you do
And
have a lot of mountains, so you can also do trekking there.
I'm curious, guys, if you guys want to call in, let me know. I could send a link if you want to talk to her, ask her some questions. Yeah, it'd be great to, get some dialogue, some other people. So, where do you don't have to tell me where exactly you live, but where do you used to live in this area?
I lived in La Reina, which is close to Las Condes. You can see Las Condes to the green area, right there. So
Okay.
La Reina is a little down than Las Condes, but it's not really appearing. So yeah, it's basically that area where you see Parque Mauiga. I lived close to the mountains, to this park where you can do trekking. This area is super chill, like I was talking about. It's like a suburb. There's not even buildings. It's
Yeah.
super safe. Nothing much goes there.
Where should we go? You're a first time visitor and you need an Airbnb, a hotel. Where should we stay? And we need to be next to the restaurants, the bars, the nightclubs, the touristy stuff.
So if you want to stay in like a super safe area, Las
Yeah,
Condes is a good option. And also because in Las Condes you can find the best nightclubs, restaurants,
this let's
really
go on this
Las Condes, yes,
right here.
exactly. So there you can find it's some of the richest areas,
Go ahead.
and so yeah, there you can find really good nightclubs as well, restaurants. You have everything there basically.
So where's the strip at for Les Condes for the nightclubs and like restaurants and stuff?
So
Have a
there's this place, for example, called the Parque Araucano. I can't really see if you can see it there.
should I
No,
go,
You need to go more down. Yeah.
Go south?
No, like slide it to the right and up to the other side then. To the left. Yeah. Go more up. But if you know, no, go up, more up,
Uh-huh.
farther up,
Uh-huh.
like there, and then go down, down. So this area you're pointing at, it's a very, yeah, it's also suburb area. There's not much, but if you go up more.
I see McDonald's. Like whenever I see McDonald's, I feel like it's touristy.
But this area, it's like not to place I'm trying to show, which is Parque Araucano,
Hmm.
super touristic. It's a really nice park. It is beside, in my opinion, the prettiest mall. And beside this park, there's an underground club, which is one of the best clubs actually.
What's the name of it?
The club, Centro Parque.
Let me see if I can. I don't know if I was spelling that right. Definitely didn't spell that right.
Um,
Hold on. Maybe if I put Nightlife.
yeah.
There we go. Here's a few. Sky
But
Club.
for example, Sky Club is nice. Club Amanda is also some of the best. Barba Negra is also a great bar. Barba Azul is an amazing bar too. Like I'm talking about in this area, you have so many bars and clubs and parks and malls, and it's super nice. It's pretty. It's safe. So I would totally advise for you to stay there.
Okay. All right. All right. Let me talk to the let me talk to everybody, guys. Are you guys enjoying this? Let me know. Hit the like button. Feel free to ask questions. Let's see here. Where are you? Let's go to Brazil because I'm intrigued by the area that you're in Brazil because you said it's super safe, right?
Yeah.
Let's share screen. What's the name of the place that you're in Brazil?
Right now in Cabo Frio, which is basically Cabofrio. Cabo Frio.
Okay, Cabo Frio. And how did you hear about Cabo Frio? Like, what made you pick that?
Oh, because I always needed to come here to do most stuff because Busios is quite isolated. So this is the closest city where you have everything you need. So I came here a lot of times before. I was like,
Mhm.
yeah, I like this place. It's city. Beaches are super beautiful. Really nice nightlife. So I moved here.
Nice. Okay. Give me a second. All right, so I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Is this it?
Clothing.
All right. So,
It's not too far away from Rio de Janeiro. Rio is to the left. Yeah,
oh, oh, wow. I didn't know you were there. I thought you was more south.
yeah,
But yeah, here.
exactly. I'm there.
Okay. Nice. This is interesting.
It's really beautiful. Like you can see the picture. The beaches are amazing here. In this area, in Bairro da Passagem, there's
Yeah.
a lot of colonial houses and bars and nightclubs. It's super beautiful.
It reminds me of Florianopolis a little bit.
Yeah, Florianopolis is also amazing. I know it is quite beautiful as well.
That's why I'm heading to in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
So this is a nice hidden gem, then. Seems like it's
It,
super chill, super safe. Cabo
it,
Frio.
like it's not as safe than Busios, but it's safer than Rio for sure.
And you guys got your own airport, then, right?
Yeah, there's also an airport here.
Okay.
So if you're like too lazy to take a bus from Rio, you can just take a flight.
Okay. What time is it right now? It's 10. Okay. Well, I want to ask you, how do you feel about talking about more dating stuff, but it doesn't have to be on YouTube? We could do like a little bit more private, like a little 10-minute talk about dating. Just, a little bit more personal, but it's not for the public. A little something behind the scenes. How do you feel about doing something like that? Or that makes you know what I mean? I want to be a gentleman about it, so it's up to you.
Sounds okay to share that information because people are
Okay.
interested.
Okay. All right. So hang tight. I'm gonna send you a invitation, and we're gonna do a quick 10-minute talk exclusively about dating. I'll probably dive a little deeper, respectfully, and then that's it. Cool.
Cool.
All right, guys. All right. So we're gonna end the stream. Make sure you check out the links below. Her Instagram is going to be in the description. All the things that we spoke about will be timestamped. I'm going to get somebody to timestamp everything. And thanks for showing up, guys. Great guest.